Last week I was at a meeting and I heard about two children. The story didn't just touch me, it broke my heart. So these children are in primary school, and one day one was found, the older one was found coming into school with a card and some medications. And on examining it, it was discovered that these were HIV medications, And when asked, he said, oh yes, he went to the clinic with his sister and got the medication. Why do you do this? So, well, both of us need to have this medication at particular times. He didn't even know what it was. He didn't know what was wrong with them. And this touched me strongly because these are not children without parents. They actually have parents. They have both parents living, but it's the older one that goes regularly. He knows when they have to renew their script. He knows when they have to take the medication. And he explained this also to the principal. He said, yes, he eats and he takes his and he gives the younger one. And I thought, oh my word, when you read about these things, they're kind of abstract. You just read about it and and like, oh, shame. But it is more than that. It is more than that. This week in South Africa, we're celebrating Heritage Day on Friday. And our heritage cannot just be about the wonderful native outfits that we wear. It cannot be about our beautiful songs alone. It cannot be about our so delicious food. It's got to come from the inside of us. It has to be who we are on the inside. Why are these children looking after themselves? So today I'm going to talk about child-aided households. Might be a boring subject, but it's something that I think we need to look at. We need to examine ourselves, and we need to ask that question. Why do we have children-aiding households? Welcome to Coffee with Timmy. You got your coffee ready? You like my new t-shirt? I'm rocking it. Well, I hope I'm rocking it. Welcome. According to statistics, I couldn't get anything later than 2018. But in South Africa, we have over 50,000 children living in child-aided households. Maybe first I need to tell you what is recorded as child-aided households. Children are 0 to 17 years. So in any household where you have a child being the caregiver, being the breadwinner, and because it's allowed here for you to get a job from 16, because then you get your national ID, you can have children who are the ones taking care of themselves. And it bogs my mind. I cannot lie, because I'm trying to think at a particular time in my life when could I have looked after my siblings and myself alone without any parent? I don't think so. There's something about the comfort of having a parent or an adult in the house. Why is this happening? First, there was the HIV/AIDS it was a pandemic, and South Africa, unfortunately, is still quite high in these numbers. And then we had last year, and still going on, but last year, quite a number of people died. Quite a number of children became orphans. And so we have homes where maybe even the breadwinner is no longer able to be the breadwinner, is no longer able to support the family financially. And they send the children home, which is, back to the village, to the rural areas. And in this might probably be true, maybe in the rural areas, I won't say the provinces that are, we have 3 provinces that are actually quite high in this. So they send the kids back home while they come to the city to look for work. I'm trying to figure out how this has happened. And it could be a whole lot of different reasons. But the bottom line is we have homes where the adult, not even an adult, the person in charge, that's it, the person in charge in the house is also a child. You have kids who are, this child I was talking about in the beginning, it was in primary school when this happened. How can these children progress in life? what would be the effects? Let me put it that way. In doing my research, I couldn't get anything later than 2018. And as of 2018, 55,000 children lived in 33,000 child-headed households. Now, for to be a child, you have to be between 0 and 17 in South Africa. Child-headed household means there are no adults living in the house, or sometimes the adult is not able, maybe because of sickness or something, is not able to look after the household. So it's actually up to the oldest child in the house, which can be anything from 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, if they're lucky. But there are kids who actually are younger than that, who are the ones running their households. And you find that in this household, you have children who are under the age of 6. Not that many, according to the statistics, not that many, but this is the reality. So you have children looking after children. Why do we have child-headed households? It's not because these children are orphans. Actually, less than 10% of the children who are in child-headed households are orphans, which I find really strange because according to research, most of them have parents living, they have mothers living. And then you say, why is the mother not there? But why do we have this thing? There was AIDS, there was a pandemic last year, and AIDS left so many children orphaned. Often in different ways. Often there's a paternal orphan. I found this out. And there's maternal orphan. You know what that means? The father's dead or the mother's dead. But again, some of them were being looked after by their grandparents who are now dead. They were old to start with and now they're dead. And these children have no choice or have no relatives to go to. Children who actually are total orphans as we know them, are absorbed into extended families. So I from what I gather, it will be kids who have one parent gone for whatever reason. But neither here nor there. These homes have children looking after children. What could possibly be the effect of this? Can anything good come out of this? I kind of doubt it. 2 weeks ago, the world celebrated Literacy Day. There was Literacy Day. And I was thinking just then, before this meeting, how many kids actually can read? And I was talking to my child about how important reading is. And while she might not have the natural love for reading that I don't know whether it's natural or it was acquired deliberately, but that it's how it exposes you to the world, how it opens your eyes to the world. And it got me thinking about kids who are not able to afford all of this. Now, in South Africa, every child is entitled to education. It's a basic right. But these children who already have homes that are being run by their brothers or by their sisters, how is education going to be a priority for them? I kind of doubt it. I really doubt it. And during this meeting, I found out that, yes, obviously they do suffer. They will suffer from being able to concentrate in class. Can you imagine trying to concentrate when you're hungry? It's not. In my language, you have something that says that nothing else can go into your brain. Nothing else can be absorbed into your brain when you're hungry. And it's the truth. These children cannot even be expected to think of school when they have not eaten. So these kids eat in school, right? They have breakfast and they have the school lunch, what were they giving? And that's it. Till the next day. So they want to come to school. Because if not for education, this is where we eat. These kids walk kilometers just to get to school. Because they also there's no way to get transport. It's like so many things in my brain at the same time. And my mouth can't speak fast enough. But let me try and slow down, calm down and say it. So these children have learning disabilities, which is not surprising. They probably didn't start school at the right age. And even when they started, there's just too many things going on in their lives that education is the least of the problems. If there is no security where they live, if there is no food to fill their tummy. If there is no proper bed to sleep on, there is a lot already going on in their lives. You'll find that these kids turn out to be hard. They have to be hard because they have to protect themselves and protect the younger ones. They have to fight. It's like every day is a fight, have to fight to survive. And then they come to school. It's not going to happen. It's not, I don't want to say it's not their fault, but in a way it's not their fault because they are reacting to their environment. So these children have learning disabilities. Some will never be able to learn the basics. The reading level will be lower than their age. Some will be able, by some miracle, to break through. But the oldest ones, I'm thinking, will they be able to do anything academically with their lives? Or will they, after they're adults, and decide that I'm going to go back to school? I want this for myself. When there is a lack of security, what on earth could possibly happen? A lot. It's abuse. It opens these children to abuse. It opens them to abuse emotionally by adults that are around them. It opens them to abuse physically. We're talking about child-headed household during this pandemic, right? By this year, it's not funny. So I'm not laughing. I'm laughing peculiar, like my friend will say. 23,000 girls were pregnant by the time school resumed this year. 23,000 from the age of 10 upwards. I'm not saying these are children from child-headed household. I'm just saying that this is a pandemic all on its own. It is a pandemic all on its own. These children in this kind of homes are open to abuse. If a child is hungry, if a child needs food, they will do whatever they can to fill that need. An adult, a very irresponsible, depraved adult, will see a 5-year-old and say, I'll give you, I don't know, fat cake and Coke. I don't know, just something silly. But that will feel that child, for that child at that moment, is food if you let me touch you. They will abuse these children in more ways than one. It's not just the abuse that you cannot even look at. You cannot bless this child. There's no Ubuntu in what you're doing to take care of this child. But rather, you want to abuse this child. And they will exploit these children until maybe one gets pregnant or something happens. And then the person, even the health of these children is at stake. The health is not just at stake because of where they live, or maybe in a bad way, it's because of where they live, but because of even the people around them. What can we do? Because I promised myself I will not sigh during this, but I have sighed, and I probably said, which I also promised I was going to be doing. What can be done? Is it, I don't understand how children can be living by themselves and the adults around there have not informed social services. Is that being busybody? Because it cannot be possible for a family of children looking after themselves in a community that nobody knows that they're there. It can't be possible. It can't. And I know this, it's not as common in the cities, because actually when I looked at the graph, Joburg had the lowest number of children. But even that is too many. One household of kids looking after themselves is already too many. Are we not able to absorb them into the social services? I don't know. I don't have the solution for this. I don't even have ideas except the social services right now. But I just felt this is something that we need to talk about. When I see women on the roadside with children and begging, you obviously want to help. These days, I don't want to give them money. I try to have something in the car so that when I pass by, I give them. I make sure at least this person is eating, whether it's a child, whether it's an adult. This person will have something to eat. then you read that some of these women borrow these children or they rent these children per day. They rent. How do you rent your child out? I mean, look at this children in this school that I started with. They have parents, not that they have a mom or a dad, they have both of them living. The parents have no idea or they don't care enough to take these kids to the hospital to get free medication. It's free. They don't care enough to make sure that these kids come to school. They don't care. What are you doing? What could possibly be your position that you've brought this child into the world and then you give the child to the world? That's a totally new meaning to village children. I don't know what the solution is here. I don't know how I can help. I don't know how we can put our heads together apart from the social services and what we can do about this. Anybody knows, please inbox me with a comment there. I'm willing to stretch myself. I'm willing to help. Happy Heritage Day. See, I tried. I'm so bad at putting this Duke on. I'm so bad, but I think I tried. It's been Coffee with Temi. Enjoy your break tomorrow. Have a nice weekend with your family when you travel. And please remember, please ask in your community, ask at home, because I know many people are traveling, going home today. Ask at home when you get there. Maybe there's a child you can, give a helping hand to. Maybe there's a family you can, and I'm not saying you're not doing it already. What I'm saying is, when you go home, find out, is there a family that have lost parents, where parents are dead now, for whatever reason, or the gogo that used to look after them is no longer there? Maybe you can take clothes from your children home. Maybe you can, maybe you can give some money. And you know what? 200 Rand in the city. 200 Rand at home in the village will go a longer way than 200 Rand in the city. You understand what I'm saying? I know there's already black tax, but let's stretch ourselves even a little bit more. Just a little bit more. Let's give a helping hand to someone. It's been Coffee with Temi. Enjoy your weekend.